shortly. Thanks for joining. Hello, my friends. So pardon my reach. I'm just going to share this to my Facebook business page. So thank you for joining. Hello, hello. Happy Tuesday. Hi, friends. Sorry you hear noise. Thank you for joining. Oops. Hi there. Welcome in. Sorry for my reach. Thank you for joining. Welcome in, everybody. We'll get started in just a moment. I'm just sharing to my Facebook page. Thanks for joining. How are you? Hey there. Maria, I know, my friend. How are you? We'll get started very shortly. All right, we shared to Facebook. So thank you for joining, everyone. Hi, Linda. How are you? Is it chillier down in Florida? We will go through the sizes. I'll just give it a moment or three for a few people to join. I'm going to just ink a little bit. Maria, this saves us a lot of work because Facebook deletes our videos after 30 days. So that's why we switch platforms, because this way the video is immediately saved when I end it. So here to YouTube. And as you know, I'm still trying to get all my other videos from the past uploaded here to YouTube from Facebook. So yeah, a lot less work for us as makers because Facebook changed their policy where they only save our videos for 30 days. So yes, we can do it, but that extra time is saving us a lot. So yeah. So thank you for your patience of coming over here. I agree. I'm getting used to it too as well. So thank you for coming here, subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing. I truly appreciate it. How's everybody doing? Yeah, I'm just going to ink. We'll go through the sizes in just a moment. We're still working with a Very Merry Makers Weekend Mini Flower Bundle 2025. Of course, this flower does not have to be in Christmas red that I'm using. Oh, I forgot to add the code for the discount with Printworks paper. That's right, Linda, they do. For sure. So if you use Craft Pack 20, you'll get 20% off. They did raise their discount. So I am using the red from the Christmas paper pack. So you do get 200 sheets in their holiday cardstock of green, red, and white. So you can get that on your on my Amazon storefront. So I'll add that after we're done, the discount code. So again, I'm just inking. We will get started in just a moment. It is very frigid here, and the heat did turn off here in the craft studio. Ooh. Is everybody done with their Christmas shopping? I started a little bit, but I don't have to buy too much, thank goodness. They prefer money and envelopes. I probably wouldn't even have to put them in an envelope. This is a Very Merry Makers Weekend template. I will go through the sizes in just a moment. This is template 6 from that bundle. I'm just inking real quick while we chat, and then we will go through the sizes. I did post them in the description. I tried to keep it fairly simple tonight. So it is Tuesday, December 9th, 2025, friends. I am Julie with PhotoFabPaperFlowers, and thank you so much for joining. I have been enjoying the Christmas movies. Last night I watched Four Christmases again, and then we watched, what came on after that? Christmas with the Cranks, and then we watched National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. So I did take the night off. Decorated Christmas tree, so it was nice. So I'm just quickly inking around the edges here. As you can see, I'm using ground espresso. When I use a darker color, I like to use the brown. Or if you don't want to ink at all, that's completely up to you. I go for the vintage look. Oh, there'll be a description in the video once it's saved. Sorry. Maybe it doesn't show during the live. But I do have to add a lot of information, so it should be there. All right, so let me just quick finish this one. We'll go through the sizes and then I'll finish inking real quick. So last week we used template 5 to create an additional flower, and she was super duper pretty. Stunning. So this week we're going to use template 6 from A Very Merry Makers Weekend. So that would mean that we made 6 flowers, 3 of each template, 2 during our weekend, and then 2 extra. So be sure to check the live tab here on YouTube for the live videos, but I'm also adding them to the playlist for A Very Merry Makers Weekend. So thank you all for joining. Let's go through our sizes. All right, so I'm using A Very Merry Makers Weekend, as I have noted here, 2025 mini flower bundle. If you want the large template bundle, you do need to purchase that from my friend, Forever Petals by V. So this is just the mini flowers. These are machine cut. I use a Cricut Explorer Air 2. Just the regular light cardstock setting, but I do prefer to use the the premium. I can't even talk tonight. The premium fine cut blade by Cricut. Definitely lasts a lot longer, usually about 6 months. Actually, Maria. All right, so petal number 3 from template 6 looks like this. Okay, you are going to cut 9 of them at 3 inches wide by 3.27 inches high. Okay, center 1 is still on my mat. Okay, you're going to cut 2 of them at 8.67 inches wide by 1.3. This is the same size I've been using for our flowers for template 6. Which I'm trying to look at my flowers here. And then center number 3 is going to be our sepal. Right here. 2 of them at 2.75 inches by 2.74. Okay. For our tools, I'll leave it there for just a moment if you want to grab a screenshot. And again, it will be saved in the description for this video when you go back onto YouTube if it doesn't show right now. For our tools, we are going to be using 65-pound cardstock, and I am using the Holiday Cardstock by Printworks for the red color. So you do get 200 sheets in this pack, which was awesome. And I'm using the red. And again, you can get this on Amazon, and the code for 20% off eligible cardstock products is, oh my God, what was it? Hold on. I completely forgot. Is it Craft Pack 20, I believe. Let me just double check. Oh my God. That's funny. I completely forgot. Lost it all. Craft Pack 20 for 20% off eligible Printworks items from Amazon. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Completely lost track. Oh, awesome, Maria. All right. Our other tools, we're going to use our plastic half sphere peony mold. We're going to use the 25 millimeter, which is at the bottom of the large side on the right side here. You can optionally use some Distress Oxide ink and finger dabbers. I'm still using the same colors we used during A Very Merry Maker's Weekend. Vintage Photo, Lumberjack Plaid, and Ground Espresso. Again, normally I use Oxide. I grabbed the wrong one time, so I'm using that up. We are going to use our flower shaping mat. We're only going to be using the blue 3/16" dowel rod with our color-coded chart. We need a piece of 18 gauge floral stem wire, our bone folder, our slotted quilling tool. This is a hot mess, sorry. Let's clean it up, right? And I have a lot of tools just sitting here from previous tutorials. Oh my gosh. Because I'm making some additional flowers for a client. Our metal ball stylus tool, which I forgot in the description. Our SureBonder mini glue gun, and our 8-inch Gorilla Glue sticks, which I will add another one in there. And I think that is it for today. So while my center is on my Cricut mat, I like to brush it on some Vintage Photo. Now my this paper is from Cardstock Warehouse, and I thought I used the last of it, but I did order 2 packs. So this is very close to the beige color in the Recollection Roses pack that comes in like white, the beige, and the light pinks. So I do order this online from Cardstock Warehouse. So with my Vintage Photo, I literally just brush on one side, a little bit of color. That's the easiest way to do one side. Then we're going to take off our paper. And again, I just use the light cardstock setting, and I cut everything on that for the most part, depending on the paper brand, and the Cricut Premium Fine Cut Blade. And I have an Explorer Air too. I just remove it from my mat. We're just going to put the cover back on. Now, I don't buy Cricut mats. I buy an off-brand. Hi, Jeanette. How are you? Nathan, cleaning the porch? You would be skating on ice if you did that here in PA. It is frigid. And happy birthday to our friend Christy Philhard. It is her birthday today, so she's probably not on. I did text her earlier. All right, so again, we are using a Very Merry Makers Weekend mini flower bundle, template 6 mini flower. It's okay, friends, I started a little late too. All right, so we're using template 6 to make a third flower. I'm looking here. We made, during a Very Merry Makers Weekend, we made these 2 flowers. So now we're making a third flower. Okay. With template 6 from the bundle. And we went through the sizes, they're in the description. So the first thing I'm doing is just inking everything to, and that's my preference. Maybe you want to use some shimmer paper or not. I like to start at the base and go towards the tip, and you just rotate your petal around. And then we come down the opposite side from the base towards the tip. I know, Maria, you're probably freezing more than me. And did you get snow? Welcome in, everybody. Thanks so much for joining. Happy Tuesday, December 9th. What? It's crazy. I am not prepared. We moved our work event up by a day. That means I need to figure out a theme for my cubicle. I am so far behind in life. So it's okay, friends. Cookie baking. Anybody making any good cookies? I did eat my first Christmas cookies yesterday. So I'm just inking around all edges. So Maria, not snowing today. Well, that's good. Florida is awesome right now. Oh, I'm sure, Linda. I wish I was there. It is dark and cold here. You have to let the car warm up for 15 to 20 minutes before you want to drive. It's cold. Okay, we're just going down each side. I like to ink my petals. If you are new here, be sure to let us know where you're watching from. And thank you for stopping by and subscribing and liking and following us. Be sure to share to your other socials, please. I did share this to Facebook in case you forgot we're live over here now. So thank you for your patience as we all get used to moving to this platform with my friend Forever Petals by V and myself. Yeah, I know, Maria. I was in a tank top and shorts. Nathan, stop that. And I had a tank top on, a long sleeve shirt, like a little puffer vest, and then my coat and scarf today. So we're just going and doing our sepal, which is actually center 3. I just cut in a green color. I do like to highlight the shape of these fun petals. And how fun was a Very Merry Makers Weekend? We continue the fun by keep using the templates to create additional flowers to show the versatility. So again, we're just inking both of these real quick. Real quick, right? Oh my god, you need to help me all think of a theme for my cubicle. Decorating contest. I did buy like the 14-inch light bulbs over the weekend. I have 6 of them. My cubicle mates said they're just gonna walk in one day and the whole place is gonna be glowing. My cubicle, they mean. Made me giggle. Like, I'm not that much prepared. I have no idea what I'm decorating. Nightmare Before Christmas. Yes. Maria, I'm with you. I have the heated seats and steering wheel too. You never knew you needed a heated steering wheel until you had it one time. This is my second vehicle with it. I don't have to wear gloves then, which is nice. I'm just thankful I remembered to start my car a few minutes before I went out from work. Yeah, the best invention ever was a heated steering wheel. Now I'll never be able to get a car without it. All right, we're just making our way around. And then we're almost done with the inking. And then we'll prepare our center, which I like to do first. So I just keep using the same dabber. Now I did switch my dabber tonight. The other one was falling apart. So we just keep adding the ink and keep using these till they fall apart. And I just want to highlight the edge. And you can see I'm not clean or precise when I'm adding the ink. Not necessary. Christmas Misfits. My cubicle neighbors are doing the Island of Misfit Toys. There's a big blow up Bumble. Oh, yeah, Maria, yes, I have the car starter. I can do it from the app for my vehicle. Definitely. I had to. I did that today. I do it in the morning, but I remembered in the evening when I was leaving work. All right, so for our two centers, which are center one, we're going to just stack them. And yes, my fingers are all crazy from the ink. You can wear gloves. You can wear them. They're here. They're actually for my homework bag because I have to ink some client flowers yet. Take your bone folder, hold it along the straight edge, and you're just going to curl the center. So you're pulling the paper. You're just going to make your way down, and you keep holding along that flat edge. Ooh, Krampus, yes. Misfit Island, yes, I love all your ideas. Thank you so much. So we're just going back through, and you can see how that curl is. With the curl facing towards you, we didn't add any ink. We have the ink on the outside. So you're going to take one end, thread it into the slotted quilling tool, which is the hardest part. There we go. Roll it towards you a few times. Then we're going to add some glue. Hot glue it is. We said next year we're going to do a National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. If I'm still there. We're going to roll towards ourselves and secure that in with hot glue. So that's what it looks like now. You can see a little bit of the ink. So we're just going to come back through and work with our three colors. The Ground Espresso, the Lumberjack Plaid, and Vintage Photo. So I'm going to start with that, and I'm going to brush some more on. Now, you mostly see most of the top when we're finished with our flower. But I am brushing all the way down. And you want to make sure you get at the top here. So thank you all for joining. Ooh, Griswold cards. That sounds nice. I love it. We're going to brush on some lumberjack plaid about halfway up the center, and you just keep rotating it around. Get a nice little coverage of some red. Make sure you get those wispy tips here. And then we're going to come back through with some ground espresso. And this I do brush almost all the way down, about 3/4 of the way. And I like the combo. If you don't want to do red, you don't have to. You can just use a solid color, a different color. Now we're going to add glue to the bottom here of our second center, enough to make one rotation around. So you're going to go to where your last one ended. I overlap slightly. And then we're going to roll it towards you, keeping the bottom right edge aligned. Probably the hardest part. Then secure the end with hot glue. Okay. That's what she looks like. So now we're going to go back through and add some more color. So we're going to start with the vintage photo. Brush it on. Even though I put that layer on before, I still like to add some more. Okay, then we come back through with the lumberjack plaid. Again, about halfway. And I'm making sure I'm getting those wispy tips. Well, those cards sound awesome, Nathan. I can't wait to see them on your socials. And now we're going to add our ground espresso. Brusher on. There we go. I like the... And we can put this away, so I'm just going to push them out of the way. And I'm actually going to move my ground espresso to my homework bag. My lunchtime activities tomorrow. Okay. Remove it from your slotted quilling tool. You'll set it to the side. For the 2 center 3s cut in green, you're going to stack them. We're going to take a piece of 18 gauge floral stem wire that you have in your stash. Place it directly down on one of the petals, and you're literally just going to pinch around. And it's mostly at the base, so it's going to give it a curl. Go to your next petal and pinch. And we're just going to keep rotating around, keeping them stacked, and just pinch it around that wire. We just needed something skinny and round. Linda! That's hysterical. Thanks. You know, it's hard. People are wondering what I'm up to because it's really not decorated. And everybody else is fully decorated. That's what we were laughing at. I said they're just going to walk in and it's like Elf was there overnight and decorated. What I need to do is take a day off of work and just work on something. All right, so now we just styled our 2 sepals using the 18 gauge floral stem wire. All right, now we have 9 petals of petal 3 at 3 inches wide. So we're going to stack 2 of them. We're going to take our blue 3/16 inch dowel rod. So for 2 of them, you're going to place the dowel rod down in the middle of the petal, and you can just pinch around. You don't even have to roll it. Well, you can roll it between your fingers. You're going to skip a petal, and then you're going to roll these. Oh no. Am I on your TV, Maria? Pinch around. Maria lost her remote control. Flip the petal over, and now you're going to roll the petals up. So for 2 of them, you're rolling 1 petal up, 1 petal down. And you're literally just placing that dowel rod down and you're pinching up the sides between your fingers. My hands are dry. I can see it on the camera. Now for 3 of them, you're going to stack them. Okay. We're going to take our blue 3/16 coastal blue dowel rod, place it down the middle of the petal, and pinch it up. Glad you found it, Maria. Oh, I know. The gingerbread, I was thinking, I want to do a really large gingerbread, but again, no time. Pinch around. We're going to roll all the petals up. So for these 3, we're rolling them all up. Pinch around. We're doing a fairly simple flower tonight. Okay. 2 of them, we rolled 1 petal up, 1 petal under. 3, we rolled all the petals up, and you're going to do that for 2 more petals. Place it down in the middle of the petal and pinch up and roll it between your fingers. I'm squeezing hard. Pinch around. Okay, so 5 total, we rolled all the petals up. We're still just using the blue 3/16. 2, 1 petal up, 1 petal under, 5 of them, all of them rolled up. For the other 2, you're going to take your 25mm peony mold. It's on the side of the largest ones at the bottom. We're going to go right up to the edge of the base of the petal, press it in, and we're just going to use the second to smallest metal ball stylus, and we're just going to stir it. Going to rotate it. It's just going to give it a more curved shape. I'm just pressing it in there and stirring. And when you remove it, you can see they are pointed up. Roll right where the petals meet the base to close it in. And we're going to do that for our second one, again, using the 25mm peony mold. It's noted on the bottom, on the underside. So again, go to the base of the petal, press it in with your thumb, and stir it. It's just going to take the shape of that half circle or the sphere. Some big words tonight for me. Go right up to the edge, hold it with your one thumb, press it in with the other, and then stir. If it gets crinkly, that's okay. That's what you want. We don't need it too curled because our center is fairly tall. This is a very pointy, I like a spiky flower, as we know. So she will have a lot of personality. Okay. You can set your peony mold to the side. For layer 1, all the petals are rolled up. Okay. Layer 2, we're going to take one of the petals that are rolled 1 up and 1 under. Hardest part, separating them. 1 up, 1 under. Okay. So we'll do these 2 first. Layer 1 is all the petals are rolled up. 1 up, 1 under. With your second to smallest metal ball stylus, roll right where the petals meet the base. And it just lifted them up. Flip it over to add some glue right in the center. Okay, you can see we have an X here. You're going to just look at any one, it doesn't matter. We're going to bring it down in between those 2 petals. So bring it straight down and press. And you can rotate it. Layers 3 and 4, the petals are rolled up. We're going to again take the second to smallest metal ball stylus, roll right where the petals meet the base. Okay, add some glue to the underside right in the center. And we're going to go in between the petals of the previous layer. Look at a petal, bring it straight down in between and press. I like to stand when I assemble so you can come directly over top. Okay, get your next petal. Okay, look at the top 2 petals. Look at a petal and bring it straight down. So layer 1, petals are rolled up. Layer 2, 1 up, 1 down. 3 and 4, all rolled up. Layer 5, 1 petal up, 1 petal down. Roll right where the petals meet the base. Again, we're going to look at our previous layers, petals, and we're going to place them directly in between. So bring it straight down in between our last petals. Right in the center. At any point, you can stop and add a nice little fun center, but we're going to continue. Layers 6 and 7, the petals are rolled up. Go right to where the petals meet the base and use your metal ball stylus. Now I'm using the smallest one now. Okay, we're going to add some glue. I'm going to look at my last 2 petals, look at a petal, and bring it straight down in between. We're just going to keep rotating it. Okay, add some glue. Bring it straight down in between the previous layers, petals, and press. You can use your metal ball stylus to make sure it's secure. These are a fun, spiky flower for sure. We're going to take our 2, we used our Peony Mold. We're going to take our rolled center. Going to add glue to the bottom and a little, some around that flat edge. So this is my 8-inch Gorilla Glue sticks. Okay, so I just placed that in there. You're going to add glue to the bottom. And again, go around that flat edge. Open up one of your centers. Place it directly in the center. And then you're just going to fold those petals up and around. And just press still on the bottom. Now you can press down in the center to flatten that out a little bit. Add some glue, and we're going to attach our second one. I'm going to place the petals in between those 2, just directly right in the center. That petal went in between those 2. Flip it over to make sure it's in the center. And then just fold them up and add some glue. Okay, I'm going to look at these 2 petals and this petal. So if that's pulled back, it's going to go right in between there. So bring it straight down and press. And now we can open these up ever so slightly. Okay, now we have our 2 center 3s cut in green. We rolled them up with a piece of 18 gauge floral stem wire. With the petals rolled up, you're going to take your metal ball stylus tool, roll right where the petals meet the base. Okay, flip them over so the petals are rolled under. Now, I'm not sure what I'm doing with these, so I'm not stemming them. If I choose to stem them, I'll just add another sepal. Place the petal right down in the middle and press. Now, these have more petals, but I did look at this petal and place it in between. We're going to give it a moment to dry. Excuse me. Misfit gingerbreads. I love it. All right, and then with the petals rolled under, we add some glue. And I'm going to bring it straight down in between. I'm just going to look at these two petals. I'll bring it straight down, and it fits in there nicely. Okay, flip it over. And that's our beautiful flower. Thank you. Let me get a piece of white paper so you can see it a little bit better. Oh, this one, I stacked it a little bit more. But all beautiful. They're fun and spiky. Definitely some personality. And this is template 6 from A Very Merry Maker's Weekend. So it is different from our other flower we made with the same templates. And also this one. So here you can see what all three look like together. All have some great shape, but a little bit different. And that's what I love about paper flowers, the versatility with the same templates. She's so pretty, spiky. And that is our tutorial for tonight. She's about 3 inches. Hopefully you enjoyed tonight's tutorial. And I can inspire you to make a gorgeous flower. Till our next tutorial, which is Thursday night. And again, this is A Very Merry Maker's Weekend template 6 mini flower. We use 9 petals of petal 3 at 3 inches wide. Center 1, we cut 2 of them at 8.67 inches wide by 3 inches high. Oh, I'm sorry, 1.3 inches high. And then center 3, you cut 2 in green at 2.75 inches wide. So these are additional flowers, so you do need to make sure you upload that master project of all the petals for template 6. And then you're going to have to set up the sizes. So thanks so much for joining, everybody. Again, I'm Julie with PhotoFabPaperFlowers, and I hope I can inspire you to make a paper flower. I wish you a great rest of your week. Hopefully you can join me on Thursday for another tutorial here live on YouTube. This video is saved to the Christmas playlist and A Very Merry Maker's Weekend 2025 playlist, or you can access it by clicking the live tab. So thanks so much for joining, and we will talk soon. Bye, friends.